everybody, it's Kristin. It's week 6 of our little quarantine story time here. I got Molly, again, having to bribe her to, there you go, good girl, to get her on camera. Today's book is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. This is one that, for the first time in doing this series, I went into blind. I hadn't read this before I started doing these videos. And I was recommended the book by a friend, and I also have seen the book going on and off the bestseller list for quite some time. So I decided to go into it and read it. I'm still kind of digesting it. It was a very different book from what I usually read. But yeah, take your treat. There you go. I would almost call this a coming-of-age story, even though the main character is in her late 20s. Her childhood was not typical, let's leave it at that. The story takes place in Glasgow, Scotland, and the main character is also something of an unreliable narrator. And that's where I'm going to leave it, because there's not a lot that I can say about the story without giving away too much. What is up with you, Molly? Yeah, I don't have any more treats, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I read now? Please? Okay, I'm going to read to the nice people, okay? All right, this is just the very first part of the very first chapter with Molly. All right, chapter 1. When people ask me what I do, taxi drivers, dental hygienists, I tell them I work in an office. And the cats are now fighting over the fact that there are no treats. And there they go. This is what life is like in quarantine. Let's start over. When people ask me what I do, taxi drivers, dental hygienists, I tell them I work in an office. In almost 9 years, no one's ever asked what kind of office or what sort of job I do there. I can't decide whether that's because I fit perfectly with their idea of what an office worker looks like, or whether people hear the phrase work in an office and automatically fill in the blanks themselves. Lady doing photocopying, man typing at a keyboard. I'm not complaining. I'm delighted that I don't have to get into the fascinating intricacies of accounts receivable with them. When I first started working here, whenever anyone asked, I told them that I worked for a graphic design company. But then they assumed I was a creative type. It became a bit boring to see their faces blank over when I explained that it was back office stuff, that I didn't get to use the fine-tipped pens and the fancy software. I'm nearly 30 years old now, and I've been working here since I was 21. Bob, the owner, took me on not long after the office opened. I suppose he felt sorry for me. I had a degree in classics and no work experience to speak of, and I turned up for the interview with a black eye, a couple of missing teeth, and a broken arm. Maybe he sensed back then that I would never aspire to anything more than a poorly paid office job, that I would be content to stay with the company and save him the bother of ever having to recruit a replacement. Perhaps he could also tell that I'd never need to take time off to go on honeymoon or request maternity leave. I don't know. And there's already a few little clues in that short excerpt as to Eleanor's past. I should say that there are some pretty difficult subjects in this book. So, content warning, there is a discussion of suicide. There is discussion of the physical and emotional abuse of a child. So if those kinds of things are distressing to you, please take care when reading this book. The book is, as usual, for sale in our store. If you want to support your fellow Aggies, you can go to our website and order the book. Link will be down in the comments below. You can also call us. We have regular pickup hours. You can find those on our website. And for this week, that's going to be it. So please wash your hands, stay safe. Sounds like California may be opening up a little bit more in the next couple of weeks. We could only hope. And until then, stay safe. I'll see you next time.